All right, Coach. Last competition of the fall this past weekend. Just give us your thoughts on how the weekend went for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a very high level of competition. The way the tournament worked out is some of the teams that we thought were going to be there ended up not being able to make it. So pretty much we got a good head-to-head of all the best girls from Texas A&M Corpus, which is typically one of the top mid-major D1s in the state pretty much every year. And then a bunch of players from St. Mary's, obviously one of our top competitors in the Lone Star Conference. So it was good that like literally every match we played was a very, very good match. We had some good wins. We had some tough losses that I think we probably could have pulled out. I think maybe in the spring, when we're playing, more matches every single weekend, that we will pull them out. But it was good to see, because St. Mary's has some new players coming in, and then obviously all the Corpus girls are very, very tough physical players. So the level of competition was very high. We threw in a couple new doubles teams, which is always good to see them out there. And not really sure if they're teams that we are going to roll with in the spring, but we'll see, because I did see some good things from them. The biggest thing that Adriana and I talked about at the end of each day was how well the team competed and fought. I mean, there was definitely some matches where I think maybe talent-wise we may be a little bit overmatched, but the fight was really there, from start to finish, and all 3 days. I mean, it was decently hot and humid and windy, like it always is in Corpus, but the team fought really, really hard, and so no real nothing really to be disappointed about. Like I said, we did have some good wins. We beat a girl from St. Mary's who we went 0-3 against last year, and we got her this time, and some good doubles wins and some good matches that we really pushed the other team to the limits and went 3 sets with them. So yeah, for the last fall competition, being able to play like nothing but good players every time out was good for us.
What's the biggest point of emphasis for you as a coach with the team for the rest of the fall and heading into the spring season?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to start after this week. We go into kind of our 8-hour period where it's a lot more focused on individual work, and then kind of going through video from our competitions, and then figuring out what each individual player and then each individual doubles team, like what are kind of like the 1 or 2 things that like really came up and got us and kept us from winning some matches that we wanted to win in the fall. Probably some individual work, especially on doubles teams, to see how if we're gonna keep them together or make some more adjustments, and then a lot of individual work, and a lot of really like a lot of like talking and thinking, watching video, seeing like what it is that we need to do, to close out those games and sets that we maybe didn't in the fall. I do think this is a team that does better in a full team atmosphere than in an individual tournament. So I mean, I think that's going to be something that we really focus on, is what can each individual player and each doubles team learn from the fall to get like a little bit better, and then also can't really announce anything yet because it's not official, but we are going to have two young ladies joining us in January, which will be huge because they're girls that we really like, as far as the talent they bring, but also their excitement for getting to college tennis. I mean, joining in January is always something difficult because you missed out on that fall, but the 2 young ladies we have joining us, we're really excited about. They're going to bring a lot of energy and enthusiasm, so we're excited to hopefully get to the point, once we get back together in January, we've got our full squad ready. So
anything else? Thank you, Coach.
I have one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
How do you think playing competitive teams like St. Mary's and Corpus prepares this team heading into this period of time before the spring season?
Yeah, I mean, like it's good because when you do get a win against someone who is a very good opponent, like that's something definitely to feel good about. And then when you lose a close match, which we did lose quite a few close matches this weekend, when you do that, I mean, that should kind of like really heighten your senses as far as like, well, if I'm good enough to be close with this person, what is it that made it to where I wasn't, didn't win quite enough points at the right time to get the win. And so just the ability to like really reflect on, how can I get like 1% better? I know that's, kind of like a big cliche, in sports, but like, really sometimes it does come down to like at the end of a match, like you'll be sitting on the bench with one of the girls and they're like, man, it's like these 1 or 2 points, like these really made a massive difference. It's like you can go out there and play for 2.5 hours. Like we did have some at least 2 hour 15 2-hour, 15-minute matches this weekend, and like you really can point to maybe 2 or 3, points where it's like, if I would have gotten this one here, if I'd have done this differently, that could have, changed the momentum in a whole different way. So, playing against good players, obviously, like it allows you to test yourself and see like what you've got and what you need to work on, but also shows you a lot of humility, because like it's tennis is a sport where like you're going to lose a lot of matches. I mean, you're not you're always going to lose probably the last match at the end of the year, and so to be able to understand like how to lose matches in a productive way. I mean, like you don't like to lose a lot, but I mean, if you're going to lose, like you have to find a way to to get something out of it. And the fact that this weekend all we did was play good players and lost some close matches really gave us an opportunity to do that. So.
Okay, thank you, Coach.